Good morning, everyone. It's Nancy, and today I wanted to show you or share with you some of the other things that I like to do besides crafting. I enjoy going outside painting, and I usually carry some type of a sketchbook or painting book with me. I like to do watercolors and oils, but I particularly like watercolors. I enjoy these Moleskin books, and these are the watercolor journals, and they come with an elastic band so that it keeps your pages closed while it's in your bag. And I usually put the dates that I encompass the journal on the outside with a white paint marker when I'm done. I haven't decorated the covers at all, but maybe I might. But I usually have one of these, and I keep one just for all the work that I do on location when we're out and about. So I'd like to share that with you today. The first thing I do is put my contact information, and then on the title page I number the paintings as I'm going along and saying where we were, the date, and what medium I used. This book, as you can see, was started in 2010, and I usually take about a year to do one of these books, but this book right here was the last one that I shared with my mother. My mother passed away in 2011, and we had art in common together. She liked to use colored pencils and watercolors, and we used to go drawing and painting in many places. Every year when I would go down and see her after I moved away, I would bring my sketchbooks and show her all the places that me and my husband have been, and it was just something that we always did. She enjoyed looking at the book. And so it's like I have every excuse in the world not to finish this book. It's like I carry it around with me all the time, and it's just I don't want to finish it because it's like these last pages, few pages, were the last ones that we shared together. But I'm going to get it finished because it's just silly and insane of me not to, it's not like I'm throwing this book away. I'll always have it, and I'll always remember it, that this was something that that we shared the last time that we were together. So here is my book, and I am going to get it finished this year. This book, this page was done in Manitowoc on at the waterfront at the marina. I like to do watercolors, and like I said, everything was done directly from life. I also enjoy painting my garden and the flowers that I grow. I plant them. I buy them, plant them, paint them, and then they usually die either from the chipmunks or other things. I'm just not a very good gardener. So I like to paint them right away as soon as I plant them. So that's what I do every spring. This was a picture of my mother's little spring decorations. A lot of times we would sit there and paint together at her kitchen table and talk, and they just have a wonderful time. This picture was done in Anago. It was done using gouache, and that's an opaque watercolor, and I really enjoy using it. It's very easy to use, and it's very easy to take with you. This was a very hot day. That's one thing about painting outside or doing things from life, studying things from life, is that you can just remember exactly everything that happened that day, or the sounds or the smells of the being outside. And this particular day, it was in the 90s, and we were under a nice big shade tree, so that's where I painted. Then what I like to do is, instead of moving things all around, is I just move my chair around and I paint another scene from the same exact location. This was done using gouache. Here's some weeping willows, marsh foliage. Some more of my flowers. Here's a picture of the ranch where I live. I like to pick up plant materials, and this was an odd looking little plant, and so I took it back and I painted it. I never did find out what it was. Here's a painting from Governor Nelson State Park. This is the state capital in Madison, so that was a very beautiful day. And again, I painted one direction, and then I turned my chair and painted the other direction. Here's a picture of a couple of people fishing in a local pond. Here is the railroad trellis in Marinette. Here's another looking the other way. This was a small waterfall in Iron Mountain, Michigan. Some more of my flowers that hadn't died yet. My mother's favorite plant was African violets. She grew them so well. I don't grow them as well. And so I bought these and put them on my windowsill. And I decided to paint them. Many times when we go places, it's pouring rain outside, and so I'm stuck inside. And there was flood conditions and everything, so that's when we picked to go places. So I stayed inside and I painted the pool and the hotel. Some more of my flowers. These are morning glories. Here's a dense little stream, and in a very wooded area. It was very dark. Lots of mosquitoes that day. A cloud study over Lake Michigan. There's a study of some water lilies. This is Governor Thompson State Park. The favorite place of ours. A farmhouse out in the middle of a forest. Some lovely birch trees at a local park. This was at Schmilke Reserve in Stevens Point, and this is like the trail hub where you can go and look at the maps and everything. So this was on a nice fall day. Here, get the lighting a little bit better. Here's another fall picture close to our house where the leaves are just starting to turn. Some birch trees, or aspens I think these are. You can paint anywhere. Every time we go down to Green Bay for shopping, I take my book along, and this one was done in pen and ink, and then I added the watercolor to it. Here's a country road close to where we live. Here's a beautiful morning scene. This was in late fall. Here's a tree behind our house. This tree was like 4 feet when we first moved in, and now it's over 1.5 stories, and all the animals that live in this tree are just amazing. So every single tree in the forest is a home to many, many, many animals. Grouse were living under here this winter, rabbits, many birds. There's a storefront close to our house. Another little stream in late fall. There's spring, starting a spring where the blossoms are just popping out. another scene from that forest. There's a beautiful crabapple tree. This was done in Manitowoc. And I also went to the lakefront and painted the lighthouses there. This was done at Green Bay Botanical Gardens. I highly recommend going to the Botanical Gardens to find great places to sit and sketch and paint. They have places to sit that are close to the plants, and you can also there's bathrooms and places to get refreshments if you need. And we go there quite often to paint and just take in this beautiful summer air. Here, these were a bunch of tulips. I decided to paint my planter cart instead of planting that day. And here's one of the planters. Some more flowers from our garden. The road that comes to our house. Another forest scene in the fall. This was an old feed mill in the fall. I had to paint that. I also did that with pen and ink and watercolor. Here's a beautiful oak tree. This was done at the Dells of the Eau Claire. It's a park outside of Wausau. It's beautiful in the fall, summer, and spring. We don't go there too much in the winter though. Here's some more plant material. I found a lot. I believe this is a locust tree, a ginkgo. And this one, when I first got it, it was closed, and then as I was drawing it, it kept on opening up. So I drew a bunch of them in the different various stages. Here's a little garden scene outside of a store. Spring, where the aspens in the same area where they were yellow before, now they're that beautiful bright green of the spring. A rushing brook after the snow is all melted. Some more tulips at the Botanical Garden. And this was done at the Peshtigo Harbor. This back here is an eagle. And he was just huge. Eagles are very big, and he was looking for his lunch, and he didn't care we were there. Here's a railroad trellis, and what struck me about this was the beautiful blue of the railroad car, and then contrasted with rusty underneath the bridge. This is a little brook, so we stopped there and painted, and the mosquitoes ate us up. Here's my grandsons fishing, and favorite thing to do with Grandpa. And this was done at a hotel. Here's an egret looking for his meal. And another painting where I turned and looked the other way and painted the railroad bridge. These two were done in Ashland, Wisconsin, up in by Lake Superior. We were there this past fall, and this was looking one way at sunset, and then this was looking at another. Beautiful fall tree when we were out. A barn close to where we live. Here's the cemetery and the decorations my sister put up there for my mother. A fall scene. And that's it for my book. I promise I'm going to finish this now and get this book and start another one. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and that this has inspired you to keep a book and take it out with you and draw and sketch and paint in it. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.